So, Jeremy, we've got 10 minutes or so together. So what would you like to focus on?
I would like to talk about my weight, reducing my weight, and also getting into a regular pattern of exercise.
So reducing your weight and getting into a regular pattern of exercise.
Yes, and generally making myself fitter.
So you're combining the two, you want to focus on combining the two things?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you got, what would you, in an ideal world, where would you like to get to?
Yeah, I'd like to be about 15 kilograms lighter.
15 kilograms,
yeah.
Right.
And I would like to be able to feel happy and comfortable doing, say, a good set of exercise 3 times a week, which I enjoy doing.
So you want to do exercise that you enjoy. You want to lose 15 kilograms.
Yeah.
And have you got a sense of the timescale that you want to work with?
Tomorrow would be okay. No. Well, I'd like to get into exercise obviously as soon as possible, but I'd probably like to lose the 15 kilograms by Christmas, by before Christmas.
So you'd like to lose 15 kilograms by Christmas.
Yeah.
And this idea of doing 3 bits of exercise a week.
Yeah.
You want to start and be still continuing to do by Christmas.
Yeah. And I think the important thing is that I want to enjoy it. At the moment, I don't enjoy exercise. I find all sorts of excuses not to do it.
So how would you know if you enjoyed the exercise?
I probably feel quite comfortable getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, going for a run. I mean, that would probably be the measure. Just to, seriously, just sort of feel like this is the right thing to be doing and just being out there doing it.
And in terms of an outcome, so you've got a clear outcome, to by Christmas, and starting from sometime tomorrow or next week or something.
Yeah.
And you've got a sense that you want to make it fun.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to Christmas.
Yeah.
You've dropped the 15 kilograms.
Yeah.
You've enjoyed doing exercise.
Yeah.
3 times a week. We'll talk about what sort of exercise that might entail in a second.
Yeah.
What sort of difference would that make to you?
Well, being thinner, I think actually being thinner would help my self-esteem, if you like. At the moment, if I'm going on holiday in about 2 weeks' time, and at the thought of sitting beside the pool, I'm dreading, actually, to be honest, without a shirt on, which is ridiculous. Yeah, so I think that would probably be the biggest thing. I think, obviously, I'd be fitter. Obviously, I'm 52, I'm heading towards a danger zone, really. So I'd like to be fitter, feel like I'm going into my...
And how would you know you were feeling fitter? What would be some of the signs for you?
That's a good point. Yeah, actually, I don't know, because I don't feel unfit.
No.
Enough. Yeah, I feel great. So it would be about the regularity of it. That's why the enjoyment's important. It would be about getting out there, enjoying it. I suppose, in a way, going for a run for, say, half an hour and not feeling like I was just about to die would probably be quite helpful. That sort of thing. It'd be kind of, it's the wanting to get up and do it, I think, is the thing that I want to get up and just feel like, this is I want to have kind of fun with it. That's the thing. I want to be able to enjoy my exercise.
So you want to be able to enjoy it. That's obviously something that's very important to you. I'm just trying to think, let's assume this works.
Yeah.
It's always useful to begin with the end in mind. So you've got that sense of where you want to get to by Christmas.
Yeah.
Although we've got some issues maybe about gorging over Christmas, but we'll come on to that later.
Yeah.
So would there be any other secondary benefits for you to both lose weight and also exercise on a regular basis?
Probably not. No, that's probably it.
Just regular enjoyment. So for you, it's about. But the end goal in terms is about self-esteem. Tell me a little bit more about that. How would you feel a lot better about yourself if you lost weight and you were regularly exercising?
Oh, here we go. I think just feeling like just being able to take my shirt off without being embarrassed, being able to, just not feeling like my trousers are always too tight. Being able to pick something up from the cupboard and thinking, that'll work. Not always going for dark clothing. It's those things. It's about my image, I suppose. I just have this image of myself as a bit of a short and fat, you know.
Okay,
And
so
I'd like to be able to feel like lighter on my feet and just, you know, that's
so it sounds to me as there's some, you know, some quite important things you're striving for here.
Yeah.
What's happening for you right now? How much? First of all, how much do you weigh?
Yeah.
And then also, to what extent do you take exercise right now?
Really? Okay.
We're amongst
go.
friends, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, this is confidential, right? You weren't supposed to ask that question. 85. I weigh 85 kilograms, so I'm well into the obese zone for my height.
And you want to lose 15.
And I want to lose 50.
So you're 85 at the moment. And do you do any exercise right now?
I do proper exercise about once every 2 weeks.
And what do you mean by proper exercise?
I go to the gym for a good hour and I work out for half the time in kind of various toning activities and half an hour running or
So
cycling.
are you a member of a gym?
Yeah.
So you go to gym
Yeah.
once every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and you do, how long do you go for? Like an hour, 2
By the way,
hours?
there is another benefit.
Okay.
Just made me think of it.
Okay.
The average cost of my gym visit would probably not
Yeah.
be 70 quid or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Good point. That sounds like quite a useful secondary benefit, actually.
Yeah.
So so we know what your weight is, so we know what the measurable would be
Yeah.
in terms of where you get to by the end of Christmas. We know that you exercise once every 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
do you do any other exercise at all?
No, I mean, I walk quite a lot through the
You
city.
walk quite a lot, yeah. Do you count that as exercise?
Not really, no.
Right.
Because it's essential to get from one place to another. But I don't tend to, I'm not lazy about
No.
that side. And I suppose I am on my feet most of the day with facilitating workshops.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the exercise you do in the gym, do you enjoy that right now?
Actually, I do, yeah.
You do enjoy it. Okay, so we've got a sense of a goal, where you want to get to.
Yeah.
What you talked about in relation to Christmas. Well, I know now what you do, you know, what weight you are. You'd be prepared to tell me that, which is great. And we know what sort of exercise you're doing.
Yeah.
So just step back from this for a second. What options have you
What
got
options? Okay.
to get from where you are right now to where you want to get to by Christmas?
So just some context is that I travel 2 weeks in every 4.
Right.
And the travel doesn't have, the place I go to, it's very difficult to get out and run out.
Right.
It doesn't have
So
a
that
gym.
reduces your opportunity to do it. So
reduces
you've only
my
really got a
options.
window of 2
Yeah,
weeks.
2 weeks.
Out of every 4
So the
weeks,
options I
right.
was thinking about, obviously I will try it. I do try and go to the gym every Saturday, but because of the travelling, it doesn't quite work out like that. But one of the things I'd like to do is to get up at least, say, 2 mornings a week and go for a run for about 3/4 of an hour.
Do you like getting up early?
In principle, yes. In practice, when I'm lying there in bed and I'm thinking it's either 3/4 of an hour lying in bed or, yeah, I don't.
So you could get up. So what's one option, isn't it? Getting
Get
up
up
early,
early, yeah.
doing a couple of runs a week.
Yeah.
What other options have you got open to you?
Well, I suppose I could do like try and go for 2 hours or something every weekend or every weekend day. Again, that doesn't feel real.
No.
Just the
And
travel
also you use the word
commitments.
trying there, which suggests
Yeah.
that probably
Yeah.
it might not happen.
No.
What else? I mean, so you've got you're away 2 weeks out of the 4, so that limits your opportunity. But what
Yeah.
else could you do? And you also recognise that, you know, you find it sometimes tough to get out of bed at 6:30, so that might
Yeah.
not happen all the time. So what else could you do to give
Yeah.
yourself
I think
exercise?
that the getting up, I think there's something about shifting my mindset
Right. Okay.
around. I think that would be, because actually when I'm out,
Yep.
I do actually enjoy it.
Okay.
So I've got, actually you may help me realise there's a kind of story that I've got in my head that I don't enjoy exercise, but when I'm actually doing it, I do enjoy it.
So the act of doing it you
It's
enjoy.
getting up.
It's the
getting
mindset
to
behind it.
Yeah, and the thing that goes on in my head is I haven't got enough time. I've got to get to work, or I've got to get. I like getting places early. I like being on, that sort of
So
stuff.
by definition, you've got to free up some time here to make this work.
Yeah, or just got to change I've got to change my mindset about
Yeah.
getting up. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one option, isn't it? So that's the mindset stuff is linked to the getting up
Yeah,
early.
I
What
suppose
else could you
The other
do?
options are doing something in the evening as well.
Right.
And also, I mean, don't forget the weight bit. I've got to eat less and
Well,
drink
exactly.
less. Yeah.
And we may not in the 10 minutes have time
Yeah,
to
good to
really
do that.
focus on that.
Yeah, really?
So let's just focus on the fitness bit for right now, because that maybe is the subject of a separate session.
Are you avoiding the impossibilities?
And we both know that the secondary benefit of doing lots of exercise is you're likely to lose some weight anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other options around what you could do potentially?
I'm being serious though. Actually, that
There's something in the evening
drinking
Okay.
less alcohol would encourage me to get up earlier in the morning, the weekends.
Okay. So there is a definite link. So drinking less alcohol would get you up earlier.
I probably drink 2 nights a week, by the way, just to get that clear. But yeah, actually.
So this is not a my name is
enjoy
session.
my beer and my glass of wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's potentially something linked to drinking less in the evenings.
And then also I think there is something in it, because if I drank less, I'd probably eat less because I lose control. You know what it's like. You have a glass of wine, then you have the snacks. Then you don't fancy getting up so early in the morning each time. Yeah. All that sort of stuff. So I think it's around a kind of discipline, I think, in my practice.
Okay.
So I think that would be quite powerful.
So of the two or three options you've thought about, what's something that, as of tomorrow, you think is the real thing you'd go for?
The idea I'm playing with in my head is having only 10 days in the next 6 months where I'm allowed to have a drink and to have something unhealthy to eat, so that the rest of the time I'm going to have to not drink, and I'm going to have to be careful with my diet. So that starts the process, and then I'm just going to. I think the real answer is to get up at 5:30 in the morning, which I'm quite happy to do once I'm out of bed, and go for 3/4 of an hour. Yeah. And just do it.
So this 5:30 thing, getting up early, and potentially that link into reducing alcohol, and eating less, once or twice a week as well, linked to that, so you can get up there. Yeah. Let's be honest, Jeremy. Let's think about this for a second, because we can look at other options as well. How likely is that to happen? Like on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being, to be honest, it's never going to happen, Jeremy. 10 being, actually, you know what? That's a certainty. I'll definitely do that. Where are you on that scale right now?
5.
5.
Yeah. 6 maybe.
5 or 6, so between a 5 and a 6.
By the way, it's going up rapidly sitting here with this, with everybody watching.
Some social pressure. And tell me what. So 5 and a 6, in my experience, someone tells me a 5 and a 6, they're not there yet. They're not committed to doing it. What would have to happen for you to move from a 5 to a 6 through to an 8, 9, or a 10, fully committed to doing it?
Yeah, the problem is, I'll tell you what, the honest answer to that is, something serious, like a, illness or something. I mean, I'm not being funny, that's what I'm scared of. Yeah. That I allow it to drift to a point where actually, I get a shock. And I think that's actually quite interesting, just that thought process right now. I think it has to be a discipline. I have to put a kind of discipline in, start measuring it. I can't think of another way, to be honest, right now. It's got to be a discipline. I've got to get up and do it.
So we could talk about other options if we had the time, but I reckon we probably, for the sake of this process, we'd probably finish it there. Yeah. So
thank you.
That's all right.